Hello and welcome back to our second part of our tutorial on removing colour casts from your photos. And just in case you missed the first part, which I suggest you watch first, is colour cast is something that covers over the photo, like this orangey look or the blue or so and so. Anyway, let's crack on. So we've covered a few ways of doing it, so there's a couple of more ways of doing it which are probably some of the better ways as well. So we did, the last one was the hue and saturation way. This is another way of doing it, which I'll show you now. We've got, basically, open up our levels first, like so, and then what you need to do is go into options and then click on this shadows, and in there you need to be putting 10, 10 and 10 inside your RG and B. Click OK. I'm not going to click OK because I've done mine already, so you click OK. Then you go into your midtones and then you put 133, 133 and 133 and then click OK. And then you need to go into your highlights and then put 245, 245 and 245. Click OK. And then just click OK again there. I'm not going to bother because I've done it. And then click OK there. You don't need to do the levels at the moment, just click OK, and that will then pop up a nag box that says, do you want to make this your default settings? Say yes, and that's set, ready for our next way of doing things. It's not going to affect your other ways of doing it. It's just the way it works is, the way I believe is, it makes the black black, true black, the white true white, and the midtones the true midtones, and that gives you a better balanced effect when you do your levels and whatever, as far as I know. I'm not an expert on it, but that's what I can understand of it. So anyway, the next part we need to do, once we've done that, is duplicate our layer, like so. I'll tell you what, let's use something a bit more difficult just to see how it works, so it gives you a better idea. Let's use this orange, really orangey one, and see, to show you. So basically we need to duplicate our level, so that's just dragging that down there like so, and I think this is probably one of the better ways of doing it. Next thing you need to do is go into our threshold. We need to go down the bottom and click on threshold, like so. Now from your threshold you need to come all the way to the left, like so, and this is basically, this idea is called levels by numbers or curves by numbers. You then pull this in slowly until you get to a black point. You then click on your shift key and click on this point here, and that's put a little 1 on there. You go to the right of the histogram, then pull it in slowly until you get to the point there. Push on your shift key and push again on there. Click OK. Now we need to delete this. We don't need this anymore for a minute. We need to now add a new layer and then fill this layer with grey, 50% grey, like so. Click OK, and that's put a nice grey layer there. We now need to change this level to difference, like so. So it's now got this horrible look to it, like so. Now we need to go back and add our threshold, and this is doing our midtones, and apparently this is the best way to get your midtones selected. So, and then they pull in until you get a black point come up like so. Push your shift key and make a selection like so, and click OK. So that's our 3. We can now delete these because we don't need them anymore. And now what we need to do is go to our levels, and this is where the magic happens. So we go to our levels, and then we need to make sure we can see our little 1, 2 and 3, which we can. We click on our first one, which will be for our number 1, and make sure you've got your caps lock on, and this will give this pick a tool or that. Okay, so what we need to do is click on this number 1 first, like so, and then click on this one here for number 2. You can do it in which sequence you like, but this is the way I'm doing it. For number 2 and number 3 mid-tones, just make sure you got that like so. Bang, click OK, and that's the finished result. Now I know what you're thinking, you're impressed. Well, I was as well. It's pretty cool. So now you can then adjust all this the way you want to, and it's a really, really good way of doing it, and it's probably one of the best I've done as well. Right, so let's try another way. So another way you can do it is undo this and make it go back to the original. Now we're back in the original. Now this is a purchased version you can get, Photo Wizard Colour Washer 2.03, and to be honest with you, it's a great bit of kit, and as you look, it's already got rid of that cast, and basically you just set this all up, cast, colour. I'm not going to go too deeply into it because it's really is in depth, but as you can see, you just set your setting to strong or intense or extreme. I've just got this on strong, and it's already given me a nice version. There's no fancy, you just click on these here like so, and it gives you a selection of decasted pictures. So basically you just choose which one you want, click OK, and you can play around with the colour and everything else. It's really good. I'd advise you to think about purchasing this if you're going to be doing a lot of photos. It's also got black and white, neutral, and all this other stuff down here, and click OK, and there you go, that's that photo back. And then we can adjust it. Now that would have got that even better than that if I'd have spent more time on it, but basically it just gives you an idea that it can do what it does. So let's undo that. Now for our final one, we're just going to be doing variations. So basically image adjustments and variations like so. And the way variations works is you need to look at your colour wheel, which is one of these, blah blah blah. Look in the red, the cyan, the green. If you've got too much red, you use cyan. If you've got too much green, you use magenta, and so on and so on and so on. So we're running out of time, so I'm rushing a bit. So let's click on this, and if you look at basically here, all we need to do is adjustments, variations. Let me just get a decent one we haven't done yet. I think we've done them all, I think, to be honest. I think we've done them all. Yep. Oh, there we go. Let's try this one, because it's going to be easier to do with the amount of time we got. So okay, image adjustments, variations, click on that, and basically I'm going to do 3 cyans, 1, 2, 3, click OK, and that's the cast removed. So that's all the ways that I've shown you so far. There's plenty of other ways to do it, but they're the main ways I'm showing you. So get practicing, and I want to see some of your results, Wendy. So thanks very much for watching, everyone. Please leave your comments. Bye for now.